Flat Earth is dead. Now I've tried my best to get a new Flat Earth claim for each Flerf I judge to become a jester in the Order of the Sillies. Quite frankly, all of their horseshit has been featured in some way, shape or form. Interesting how I gained traction from the good old Pratt copyright crusade of Prattville against Team Skeptic, which got smacked down. Currently we have FE Core on a similar crusade of fail, starting with Slice Parkane, which will get smacked down. Turns out their snake oil is running out. Heck, even their latest and greatest dipshittery came from NASA itself, on the moon being within Earth's atmosphere, having flerfs instantly latching on. Even though NASA is a big fat liar according to them, can your flags be any redder? Speaking of red, even the likes of Red's rhetoric is being targeted by them, amongst many others mirroring the videos in question. So, as we all know, we have figured out the shape of the Earth, and it's not up for debate. It's not even close. But hey, we've gotta drip feed these flerfs into believing they're important for shits and giggles. And I'll still feature flerfs from time to time, if they're funny enough. My final blow to the kingdom of the flerfs will consist of having all my flerf jesters coming at me one at a time. Going down the list in chronological order. Get ready for a bit of nostalgia there. Hold on to your butts, lads and lassies. This is gonna get spiffy. Who do we have first? Aha! It's Rebel Without a Pause. And mind you, Rebel Without a Pause here isn't officially part of the Order of the Sillies, because I did a video on him before I started the Order of the Sillies, but he is certainly a member.
And this guy here. This is supposed to be an untethered spacewalk.
Oh, for fuck's sake, I forgot. This Rebel Without a Pause has a lot of pauses.
So, this guy is travelling in a vehicle which is going at 17,500 miles an hour.
Roughly.
That's 10 times the speed of a rifle bullet. And it's got a rear view camera, and he just stepped off. He would be a dot in the distance in a heartbeat.
What? You've never heard of the conservation of momentum? You know, he's in a vacuum, right? I mean, without air resistance. What exactly would be slowing him down? Next.
He would not continue travelling at the same speed.
Next.
Singer Meatloaf is doing a praying pose.
Hey, good old Captain Jack, Captain Josh Sparrow, I don't even care. Anyway, another one who's technically not a part of the Order of the Sillies, but he's certainly a member. My second video, people. And apparently he's still recording his video by recording his screen using his camera. I told you these people don't evolve their techniques.
He has one-eye symbolism, and he has more one-eye symbolism, and probably much more than I'm showing.
Oh no, he must be part of the Illuminati. Look into my eye.
He wrote a song where he has lyrics that say, "As far as I'm concerned, the world could still be flat."
As far as I'm concerned, the world could still be flat. This is basically Josh Sparrow's standard of evidence. Hey, good job there, Flerf. Also, I might have not thought this through.
Big win for truth. Magistrate Court of Barrow County, State of Georgia, has given the victory to what is demonstratable and provable. This all started when Zen Garcia offered a challenge to anybody who could prove that the Earth had a curvature rate at its given diameter, or they could prove that Earth had some type of movement that was over 50 miles an hour.
Mike Helmick, the first official jester in the Order of the Sillies, made the court case was not about proving the Earth's globular nature. It was if he provided enough evidence within the parameters set by the contest, which he failed to do so. So no, it's not a win for flerfs, just another out-of-context piece of horseshit. Well, would you look at that? I've got a custom and rather spiffy tickling of the bell and all buttons around it. Only I punched it. Punch that like button in the Wait a minute, that sounds familiar.
Flat Earth.
Uh-huh.
The ticking time bomb. You know, fucking... Everybody knows somebody that's a flat earther.
No, Coyote Sky. Just because you and I have a really strange hobby where I laugh at you and you make yourself look like a fool, that doesn't mean it's mainstream. It's like you weren't present at the beginning of this video. Flat Earth is dead. Oh, come on! More facepalms?
People here in Canada can see a sunrise. 90 degrees east.
Oh, look at that. It is Queen V. Well, holy hell, I can't even do his accent and he is Dutch, same as me. What are you doing, mate?
Let me turn this into 3D. So the people in the UK see this sun, which is millions and millions of miles away.
Yes, and this really accurately represented in your model here.
Yeah, they see it in this direction. Well, the people in Canada see a sun coming up 90 degrees east.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
How do you do that? Millions and millions of miles away. It should go in this direction. And this should go more in this direction.
Yes, and our viewpoint is also from orbit. That's some really tall Canadians you have there, mate.
Are you stupid?
How dare you ask that question when you come up with this horseshit?
Well, this is Flat Out here, and I hope you're all keeping it flat.
I hope you make a grand return, Flat Out. I mean, you are the most amazing flat earther I've ever met. And if you do more experimentalizations, we're in some serious trouble.
Flat Earthers who are often doing stupid stuff, just be a little butt happy. Everyone loves a happy butt.
What?
So anyway, I love you guys. Keep it flat.
Well, I mean, what? Keep it flat!
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. CC here, Chris, from New York, Westchester County.
Ah, doing a bit flirting while driving there, CC, I see. And that was an unintentional rhyme.
Finally figured out all the lies. Just like that up there. You see that big ball in the sky right there?
You figured out all the lies and you see a sun in the sky. Okay, go on.
That's right. That, I used to think was 93 million miles away. I used to think we were in a solar system. But now that I'm intelligent enough to figure all of this out,
You're a flerf.
I've now come to the conclusion, well, I know it's going away from you, okay? And I'll explain how a flat earther can actually prove.
Wrong conclusion, mate.
Get a conventional spotlight or whatever you want, okay? Bring the spotlight or flashlight or whatever it may be and keep going away, okay?
Well, you took a lot of time to say nothing. The sun and also the moon do not change in angular size. For the entire time you can see them. So no, your perspective crap doesn't work here, CC. And that's some old school flirting right there.
My last few videos I've been focusing on this Mount Rainier shadow and the perspective involved. And how I'm showing, and these mountain climbers have shown pre-dawn climb, the first shadow they see is on top of the clouds, you know, proving that the sun is always above the peak of the mountains.
Hey, P-Brain, explain this. How come this shadow is on the bottom side of the clouds? Almost as if the sun is lower than the mountain behind the curve.
Sun's not 93 million miles away. I feel hot right now. If you're in Antarctica, you do not feel hot right now.
Oh, goddammit, Flat Out Hero. It is the angle of the sun that is touching the earth. The steeper this angle, the bigger the area the sun has to cover. So of course temperatures will cool down towards the North and South Pole. Come to think of it, these areas are absolute proof of the curvature of the earth and a faraway sun. Local man feels hot, therefore the earth is flat.
Hello, Flat Earth researchers, debaters, and debunkers. Here's an example of the horizon at eye level when we look across the Earth.
Ugh, Gigantor, fuck it word, I don't even care what your name is anymore, mate. But strange, huh? How your eye level changes when you move the camera up and down. Almost as if eye level is not the same as level. Now, when you use actual level, you can see that the horizon will drop. I gotta hand it to you, boy. That was the quickest self-debunk I've ever seen.
I is now a scientist. If equals fuck yeah globe.
I'm starting to feel a bit woozy here. What's that, Del? F equals force? What did you write? He didn't write that. He's still pointing at stuff. Oh, here we go again. What was this? M-Bands? Oh yeah, M-Bands stopped being a flurfer, and this is his team song. Anyway, you can thank M-Bands for I don't even know how to talk anymore. Apparently he's doing some DC Comics stuff now on another channel. Ironic how I completely schooled him on that stuff, so he's also not good at that? I don't know.
When you take off from a surface that's just flat and level, and you take off, you're going to end up in a triangulation of what your altitude should be. On a sphere, it's going to increase exponentially.
Hey Pratt, here's one for you. The Earth is flat on a local scale. It's even flatter than a pancake scaled up to that size. So of course, a plane will behave like it is on a flat plane. You know why? Because the Earth is frigging huge. Also, flat is not the same as level.
As far as I can tell, the smoke is rising. The flame is also going up. Gravity is still debunked.
Oh, for fuck's sake. You do realize gravity is actually pulling the colder air down below the flame, so the flame will actually rise, as will the smoke. Which is well beyond your grasping of things and stuff, mostly things. Gravity is indirectly responsible for this. And your dipshittery is indirectly responsible for this.
Challenge me. I will put my channel on the line every single time. You want to demonstrate how a compass works on a globe? Be my guest.
Oh, for fuck's sake, that guy. Making me do work and shit, now I have to find that bloody image again. Oh, there it is. Look at this. It aligns to the Earth's magnetic field. Now, why did you delete those 2 videos I responded to? Might as well delete your channel as well, because I just met your challenge. As well!
I'm noticing these spectacular crepuscular rays that are a little different than I've ever seen them. So normally you see like one patch of crepuscular rays going just like that in one patch. Well, here we got 1, 2, 3 patches of crepuscular rays.
Miguel Angel says here you changed your channel name to Michael Flat Earth Shaman. So the title of your video is Crepuscular Rays Demonstrating the Sun is Small and Local. I have to do it like this because you are unable to make a point in a decent amount of time. I mean, all I have to say is anti-crepuscular rays. Proves that their sun rays are parallel. It's a trick of perspective, mate. No.
I lived in the Netherlands for a year, and I did not learn Dutch. I don't know if it was like a mental block. I just didn't like the language.
Tread carefully, Orphan Red.
Or what, but the vowel pronunciation is so different, and I think it annoyed me because it was so nonsensical.
What, you mean the complete opposite of your language with its hundreds upon hundreds of homophones?
Some of the pronunciation I didn't feel like it made sense to me, and they just take out syllables. So they're the words of the sentence, and then they just delete syllables at random.
Yes, I know this is not a flat earth claim, but she's using the same tactics as her flat earth crap. Just lying about things, because what she just said is the complete opposite of what Dutch actually is. You know what I think, Orphan Red? I think it was just too hard for you, because you are a speaker of a very simple language compared to Dutch. I mean, there is a reason why English is the world language.
Gonna disprove gravity in a high IQ performance style. All right, you ready? In my mouth you go.
Well, that's kind of a tripod, I guess.
Okay. All right, we have lemon and our tissue. I'm gonna go for a table, okay, you ready? Hey, what? Oh my god, oh my god.
Well, yes, Manic Mike, that was the ultimate proof against gravity and the spherical nature of our planet, because I'm pretty sure you are living in a vacuum chamber, based on your behavior, which is oxygen deprived, I'm sure.
There's many tests you can do. I mean, go in a plane, go in a boat, you know, the ones that like, when the plane takes off, and it goes straight, watch for it to go... go upside down and around. Same with the boat. When you go on a boat or a ferry or a ship or a sail, just go on a yacht, bro. You know the ones that I just look for that. I've been on all of them, yeah. I've been on all. I was in the armed forces, the Navy, so I've been on boat, plane, ship, rocket ship.
A rocket ship, eh? Can I get your license plate? Because I got an fender bender a few days back. Also, it seems you have no clue what a frame of reference is. When you are, according to you, on the side of the ball, that is from your frame of reference where you started, not where you actually are at the time you are claiming you are on the side of the ball. There is no side, bottom, or top of the ball. Wait, what? Why Bruce? Because I was on the boat?
How's it going?
Oh, hey, that's quite the entrance there, Missy Nanas, no?
Hopefully all is well with you and yours. It is really toasty here, so I look forward to jumping in this pool that my friend gave me. And by the way, I blew this whole stinking thing up with my mouth. I wanted to show you my potato plants.
Oh, hey, let's calm down here.
So, look at how big they are!
Oh, potato that's what I meant. I meant potato plants. Are you sure you're not called Innuendo Snow? Hi, it's not my fault. You know nothing in the snow.
But it's oblate spheroid, so this is what Earth looks like.
Oh, good God, the Seattle green. It is pear-shaped, but not like you think it is. One of these is an oblate spheroid, and it is even an exaggerated one compared to the Earth. Can you tell which one it is? No, you can't, can ya? It's this one. And I do believe we went over this, but instead of a pear, now you have a balloon.
If you consider the mass of Earth as compared to the mass of the moon, 400 times difference in size.
Well, you got the moon and the sun mixed up here, but I'll allow it.
Then you would, according to their logic, their sophistry, I should say, that the mass of the Earth would attract the moon, like it would be drawn in and...
Well, it is being drawn in. It's an orbit, meaning it's constantly falling towards Earth. You somehow expect it to be standing still in the sky and then falling down towards Earth. That would happen if it would stand still. Like I said in your comment section, orbital mechanics, to which you responded with a personal attack. As expected of a Flerf, of course.
These little, smaller clumps of shit coalesce together to form planets. And then little smaller clumps of shit clumped around the planets to form moons. And then suddenly, before you know it, you have suns, and you have planets, and you have moons. But you don't really have mini moons, because that's just stupid.
Oh hey, Jake the asshole, why are we yelling? So I take it you have never heard of asteroids orbiting each other and smaller asteroids orbiting them. Your mini-moons, if you will.
If there is a physical structure that proves the shape of the Earth, that is a modern marvel. That is like a 7 wonder of the world type shit. Like,
oh hey, Ragical philosophy. You know, the mere fact we have a horizon cutting off the bottom of ships, tall buildings and even huge mountains is proof of curvature. So you actually live on a marvelous structure proving the curvature, called the Earth. However, we also have the LIGO lab, which has 4-kilometer arms which are flat. And the end mirror had to be risen by about 1 meter to compensate for the curvature.
If we look at time-lapse videos on the stars, then we will see that they are rotating over the Earth, and this makes sense in the flat Earth model with the dome on top of it.
Wow, that's a lot of face palms. Amazing how I'm still standing. Oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention, basic Flerf. Jouke Elzinga, people, doesn't even understand that we have a South Pole, which just so happens to rotate in the opposite direction if you do a Starfield time-lapse video.
Well, it's impossible to see. You can hardly see a plane at 30,000 feet, right?
And yet people will say, I saw the ISS. I saw it. You can't see it, nor can you see a satellite. The thing is like, a speck, even with a high-powered telescope. But people will claim this all the time.
Well, I guess you just debunked yourself quicker than fuck at word. Take any telescope, high-zoom camera, binoculars, and you can see the bloody ISS. It just takes a little practice, Robbie Davidson. You're such a bad liar. It's pathetic, really.
The moon is within the Earth's atmosphere. Is really, really interesting. Because flat earthers have been saying this for a long time.
And there it is. And that's only because we detected that our Earth atmosphere is actually a bit larger than we thought it was. But technically, that part is still considered a vacuum. It also doesn't mean the moon is closer. No, you're not a real flat earther. You're just a bandwagon driver. And it just so happens your Flerf bandwagon caught fire. Get the fuck out of here. You bring shame to the kingdom of the Flerfs.
So you're globehead, so you're feeling kind of raw about everything now, aren't you? That's how we feel. You took our whole life and made it a lie. Just for your own amusement, just for your own profit. You know, I look back and think the whole time I was believing a lie.
Oh hey, that's some fancy victim mentality there, Cleary. And contrary to popular belief, we only see you Flerf as entertainment. As a modern-day jester, so to speak. Just because you don't understand reality, doesn't mean reality isn't real.
Hello again, all my brothers and sisters. On our flat, domed, stationary Earth.
Flat, domed, stationary. So if it's flat, how do you explain the upside-down moon in the southern hemisphere? You know, I'll just throw something else out there for a change. So this dome, surely we should be able to spot it with our high-powered telescopes. And stationary, you do realize we are revolving at 15 degrees per hour. Go talk to Globebuster Bob about that. Not to mention the mere fact of the retrograde of certain planets proves we are moving around the sun, instead of the sun and all the planets moving around us.
Continue to do this with all of this evidence from scripture that you cannot leave the earth.
Alright, let me stop you right there, Mr. Vincent Rhodes. Your Bible means nothing. Nothing at all. It's not admissible as evidence. Go away. Now, I understand it's a very important book to you on an emotional level, but don't you dare use it as some kind of evidence. Come on now. Your fancy little book is completely open to interpretation. And I have been informed by other people studying the scriptures that it doesn't say that. Or in other words, who the hell cares?
Two people have made videos about me.
Yes, Corinne, that would be me and Creaky Blinder.
Basically, they are, I guess, critiquing my videos and my ideas that I talk about in my videos, and a bunch of other things about me.
Yeah, it's always good to get some feedback on your videos, isn't it? Oh wait, you're a Flerf, so it's not good. But hey, I'm glad you remember me. That is rather spiffy of you.
I forget who made the fucking video about me. It was like Ragical something.
Oh.
Flat power to everybody out there. Love you all.
Thanks, Jim. Always a pleasure.
What happened to the oil shortage back in the 80s when they made everything smaller so that it was more economical?
Not sure where you're going with this, NRAM, but go on.
Toyota has this truck that's a monster truck. Ford's building monster trucks. Chevy's building monster trucks. Everyone's building monster.
You do realize they build other stuff as well, not just special event trucks.
What happened to the oil shortage, you morons? Oil replenishes itself. That's what happened.
Really? So it had absolutely nothing to do with the Iranian Revolution decreasing oil production back in 1979.
Do you have a problem with that there's no edge of space? If it's flat, then show me a picture of the edge. It's hysterical because nobody said there was an edge, okay?
So tell me, why is this question hysterical, Nicole? I mean, the mere fact you guys are avoiding this question, instead of going out there and trying to answer this question, it's an extremely accurate description of how Flerfs operate. Any question asked about the flat Earth is deflected, avoided, and dodged. So good job proving that once again.
Okay, so on this, when the sun starts to come up, it should appear as a little dot in the distance. And then as it comes closer overhead, it should get bigger and bigger and bigger, and then disappear into the sunset, quite literally. Disappearing, getting smaller and smaller. Now, in the flat Earth, it should start small, get big, end up small. I get it. But it doesn't.
Huh, welcome back to Reality, Mad Mix Conspiracy. I also left you a comment on how to actually check the size of the sun throughout the day properly, using the proper gear, like a fixed focal lens and of course a solar filter.
Why is it called sea level and not sea curve? How does water always find its level if we are on a ball and the water is being pulled towards the center?
You just answered your own question, Flat Earth Goddess. Sea level is in relation to the center of the planet. Once again, level is not the same as flat.
Myself and about 150 people could see the source of Mark's laser from the beachfront, when it should have been hidden behind a 60-foot mound of bulging water due to the amazing force of gravity, which can apparently hold trillions of gallons of water to the exterior of a spinning ball.
Oh, for fuck's sake, D-Marble, did you just use Fouquet words hump? Well, that sounds wrong, but you did use his hump argument. It's not a bloody hump, it's curving away from you. And this crap has been thoroughly debunked by diverging lights. I mean, you don't have a professional laser now, do you? And you weren't actually on the ground with your camera, so get the fuck out of here, D-Marble. You really put the dishonest in D-Marble, eh? And just for reference, how heavy do you think trillions of liters of water is? Gravity works both ways! Wow, that's the most sense you ever made, Russian vids. Good job, you get a sticker, bloody dick flute.
What up, everybody? It's your boy True Soldier at it again, by the grace of God, coming back with another video. For all my true soldiers out there, we gotta fight this battle together, y'all. This one's gonna be called God's Flat Earth versus Satan's Globe.
Oh, hey, it's the whiny man who is complaining about his channel not taking off after he actually has one... Satan versus God? Get out of here, right now. I mean, first you have to prove those two guys exist before we can continue, so good luck on that, true soldier. Do you even true... So, wait, I already did that.
Is that like Pangea smashed out?
That's the Flat Earth model. Have you ever seen a UN logo?
Oh, watch out now, Nathan. Gravity almost stole your sunglasses there, eh? Also, it's rather interesting. Your flat Earth model, which you now claim you have, looks exactly like a globular projection map, namely the North Pole azimuthal equidistance map. Is it me, or are these sillies just getting stupider?
Just do the experiment at sea level and see for yourself. By observing buildings entirely from top to bottom, 10 to 30 miles along the coast, this confirms that the Earth does not curve 8 inches per mile squared.
Well, first of all, you have no idea what a parabola is. That formula only works for short distances. Second of all, top-notch camera work there, Flerf. And third of all, that's some nice proof there for the curvature of the Earth. I mean, how come the bottom of the mountain doesn't show up when you zoom in? My god, they are getting stupider. They're just debunking themselves now.
Every day this giant fireball shows up in the sky and they say I'm the crazy guy for yelling at it. It's like everyone's asleep. Everyone's asleep. How are they asleep? They're not seeing the sun for what it is. How can you sleep while the sun's hiding in plain sight? And they don't even see it. They don't even care that everybody's asleep. But not on my watch, they're not. I'm out here every day screaming at that sun till everybody wakes up. Wake up! Wake up, bro!
Owen Benjamin, this would have been funny until you made this point.
Dude, 9/11 was a hologram. It's like everyone's asleep.
Go fuck yourself, Owen. People have lost loved ones in that terrorism attack, you fucking asshat. Hey, look at me being edgy. Come on, man, you need to get a punch in the face. Here it comes. Figuratively speaking, of course. Winky face.
The sky is water. Look at this. These are real stars through a telescope.
No, Delano, they are out of focus. Also, hi there, Po.
Oh my God! Look at the sky. Suck my balls. Goodbye.
The sun, of course, is way over there in the north, because as it gets further away from us, it appears to go further north, as I've been saying all along.
Oh, hey, Bogan Jesus. So, according to you, the sun actually moves away, because that is literally what you just said, it moves north. Now, there is a comment in your comment section calling you out that the sun should, in fact, get smaller if this is the case. With you, being a lovely man, responding in similar fashion by saying, oh look, another idiot troll who understands nothing about what I actually said. Although you did say the sun moves away, meaning the sun just conveniently ignores the laws of perspective. Good job there, Flerf.
Check 1, check 2, hello. What's up? Hi, everybody.
Well, that was one hell of a pizza slice, I guess. Would you look at all those face palms and one Bruce Lee and a face punch? Well, holy hell. This armor is, rather spiffy. It would appear I have attained a new level of power. Look at me glow. I can tell you guys were worried about... I'm okay. That only tickled. Speaking of tickling, why don't you go ahead and tickle the bell and all the stuff around it? Hey man, I have a bloody animation. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. That was a rather smelly pizza though.